At Jackson Water, we are in the game and locked in on our goals. Every day, our dedicated teams are hard at work, ensuring that clean, reliable water flows to every home and business in Jackson. We are not just fixing pipes. We're investing in a brighter, more resilient future for our city. Jackson Water, water for all the time.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, your digital news desk host, continuing our series of interviewing mayoral candidates from around our area today. And we have Fred Shanks here, who is running for mayor of Brandon.
I'm not here to do the weather. I thought,
yes. We can do that.
Okay.
Like I can turn the screen on. We can do it.
I passed by earlier. I thought it looked pretty cool. Might check that on the way out. Might tell them if it's going to rain or not Saturday.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will. So you are running for mayor of Brandon. You're currently a
state representative
since 2018, right?
Correct.
So why give that up?
Well, I'm kind of torn. I really, really enjoy being a state representative. I've been able to help a lot of people, and I've just got a history of service. And I kind of come out honestly. My dad was a longtime city commissioner in Jackson back when it worked, and they had 2 commissioners and a mayor. And then I guess it's just kind of in my blood. Now I've been asked several years now to, run for mayor. And if I was to help anybody in my current position, a state rep and senator, they don't have a staff. So if I've helped you, it would be me helping you, and not in an arrogant way. But my thoughts are that, if I'm mayor, I would have a whole team of people, and how many more people can I help and give a seat at the table? And I think I could, really I get a lot of satisfaction out of that, and I think I could just reach more people that way.
Well, tell us some of your achievements that would make it to where you are fit to be mayor. Yeah,
I've being in the legislature, I've been able to bring in tens of millions of dollars to the city of Brandon, and to fund various projects, road projects, sewer projects, things like that. So I'm familiar with all of that. The one nice thing about being in the legislature, if you are conscientious and you really put the work in, is my Rolodex goes from Tishomingo down to Harrison County now. So I've been able to meet people. I've been able to meet hotel developers. I've been able to meet restaurant developers, builders, things like that obviously use in a municipality a lot. So it's given me a lot of the ability to work with different groups and put things together, and you just do the same thing as mayor.
You're running against Butch Lee, who is going for his 4th term in office.
Right.
So why do you think that you would be a better fit there than Butch, who has already had so many years experience in that role?
My opinion, it comes down to leadership, just different styles. I'm easy to work with. I think if there's an issue or a problem, or if a citizen, had anything they wanted to know, you're going to come and talk to me at the table. I'm going to let you say your piece, and we're going to try to figure out a resolution. And, same thing with anybody who wants to do business with the city. I'd like to be, work with them as much I could to help them come into the city.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I would say that would really set us apart. Just, and plus I think, I do think a mayor has somewhat of a shelf life, 1 or 2 terms. And, I think, I'm in a different age demographic than he is. So I think, some people are telling me anyway that they're kind of ready for something like that. So.
Mm-hmm. You say people telling you that they're ready for something like that. Well, what are some other problems or issues that you're hearing from residents as you're out campaigning?
The big thing, people want a hotel, like a nice hotel, and people want more restaurants, and not Mexican restaurants. We got a lot of Mexican restaurants. That's what people want. And so like I said, I've actually already been talking to a few developers on that, and be certainly willing to hit the ground running come next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And but those issues, and then one of our areas in town, they want a bathroom at a park. So I don't see how that would be a problem to do something like that. And I have so many ties with the legislature, as far as getting things back to the city of Brandon. I mean, I'm an old hat at that. I know how it works, and
Mm-hmm.
I know who to talk to and get those things done.
Well, one thing that you're campaigning on is improving the public works department.
Yes.
Expand on that a little bit for me.
Well, right now, it seems to me the people that I'm talking to, and really myself included, if they have a problem with the city, it generally comes down to water, our water department. And right now we do not have a public works director. And that would be the first thing I would do, is come in, get a public works director, and get it running efficiently, and start solving some of the people's issues and problems they're having with their water. So that would be number one.
What kind of problems are they having?
Multiple. I mean, you could, problems with water meters, billing is a big issue. Garbage seems to be okay. We did do a new wastewater treatment facility, and that has increased the water bill, rightfully so. And, I would like to look into that too, and kind of see how that's really broken down.
Mm-hmm.
And really, one of the big things I would like to do overall is bring in a lot of transparency. And I think that would solve a lot of people's issues with the citizens anyway. I want to give them customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing while I'm kind of to expound on that, I would like, when somebody calls the city of Brandon, I would like for a human being to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And not some type of service from some other state. That would be one thing I would rectify pretty quickly.
So that's something that happens now.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Was not aware of that. Well, you've talked about a few things, but is there anything that you could point to that you would say is a fault in Brandon? I'm sure you got plenty, but something that's like one of the biggest
just some things that another department that I would like to work on is obviously the police department. I was a reserve police officer there, and I'm familiar with how those things work. And I'd like to increase the amount of officers we have, and pro law enforcement. Obviously, I'm in it, and I would like to build that up. I would like more people on patrol. The city's large, and I think some of our communities that I'm hearing from kind of feel, they're not quite getting this service that they're paying for on that. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be one thing I would work on pretty quickly, is trying to build that up.
And so we got the building of the police department. What about with like the Brandon Amphitheater? How do you see that in Brandon's future if you were mayor?
It's really nice to go to. You can't get in a bad seat. Do I think that the city should be in the business of running a business? I really don't. And no, I would like to consult with a lot of people on that to kind of see, what the future is, because what you don't want is, say it's appeal in 10 years from now, maybe goes down, you're stuck with a huge, basically building on city owned property. So, what do you do? What is the answer? That's one thing I want to look at. I'd also like to have an efficiency audit done to see exactly where funds are going, are funds getting pulled from departments to go to the amphitheater. Those are the things I want to look at And, that having an audit done would be one of the first things I would do. But yeah, it's absolutely, it's on the list to look at. Yeah.
Well, how do you plan to include the residents of Brandon in your decision making as mayor?
Look, I'll talk to anybody, and my communication will be open. They can call me directly. I like to have someone come meet with me and talk face to face. I would rather do that than even being on the phone. So my door will be wide open to any citizen. And I enjoy talking to people and trying to help them. It's what I do now. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to talk with anybody on any issue they have and try to get them some resolution. If they have a situation they need to rectified, absolutely just try to work something out. But I would like to do it, sit at a table, talk it out, and see what we can do.
Let's circle back to you speaking on the transparency and making the government operations in Brandon more of a transparent thing. How is it lacking transparency now? And how do you plan to increase that transparency?
Well, if someone comes to me, if I'm mayor and someone comes to me and asks, well, do we have funds for this? Or where did this money go? Or, I have a problem here. I'm going to give them an answer. I'm not going to hide behind anything. I'm not going to do smoke and mirrors. I won't, if the board says, hey, mayor, we have an issue here, or I would like to know anything, I'm going to get them an answer one way or the other. And, I just want to, I'm not going to hide anything. If somebody legitimately wants to know something, whether it be the board or citizens, I want to get them an answer as quick as possible.
What are your plans for continued economic growth in Brandon?
Well, Brandon is in a great location, and naturally it has grown. I mean, we got the interstate, we're, 10 minutes from Jackson, we have the airport, we're in a key location. And, like I said, I've talked to many developers, already in my time in the legislature, and, I'll continue to do so. I want to make the right moves. So, I'm gonna be, obviously very picky, but I'm gonna be very business friendly. And, and I like to run polls and things like that. I do that occasionally on Facebook now. And I would like to do that because I want the citizens' input. What do y'all want? Mm-hmm. So that would be something I would do.
And let's talk about too. This is something that someone brought up to me was traffic in downtown Brandon.
Yeah.
And especially when you go into what I'm guessing is Old Brandon, or
I live in Old
Real
Brandon.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah. What is it? Is it?
We call it Old Brandon.
Old Brandon.
Yeah. Which is okay. I grew up in Crossgates, and to be an OG Brandon person, you got to do some time in Crossgates. Well, actually, one of the things I would like to work on is Crossgates. I think they feel a little bit underrepresented, and I've talked to a bunch of people over there, and I would like to help in any way I can to Crossgates. Crossgates is one of the largest neighborhoods, from what I understand, in the country. It's that big. So I would like to give them a lot of attention. And also, that's one of the things I do now. I bring in millions of dollars a year to help with projects. I'm very good friends with the director at MDOT, who they would be doing a lot of things on Highway 80, which cuts through downtown Brandon. And got a good working relationship with him. And, I would push them to do it as quickly as possible. Part of the problem with MDOT is it's such a large organization. It's kind of hard to, they have to do studies and then studies on studies. And then it takes a while before you actually get a shovel in the dirt. But I'm ready to go.
So you're thinking expanding the road, making it bigger?
Well, now part of Old Brandon, like kind of where our monument is, I mean, you're kind of stuck. You can't really widen it. So you got to look at things on making some other avenues for people to get either on the interstate or just out of downtown Brandon. And there are a few options. There's a couple, things that I'm aware of that, could potentially pop up. And I would try to push to do that as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts? I mean, let me take it back for a second. I talked about what as a fault in Brandon. Tell me, what do you think are some of Brandon's the best assets? Oh,
the people. Yeah. I mean, my family came to Brandon, I think in 1987, 88. And, I don't want to leave. I love being there. I love where it's at. I love that it's, right in the center of the state. And, we just got great people. We've got, nice little businesses in downtown Brandon now, and a couple of restaurants, and, it's convenient. It's very convenient, and yeah, I just enjoy living there. It's kind of, you know, it's always been looked at as kind of a bedroom community of the city of Jackson, and but at this point, our population's gotten so a lot bigger to where it really you've got to start thinking 10 years down the road on some things, and you know, what do you want to do here and there, because the people want to get in our, we've got a great school system, and people want to get in our school system. We're safe right now, and you know, people just don't have to worry about a lot of things. They say, like, I mean, in the city of Jackson, it's different.
It is different. It is different.
Yeah.
That goes for any town, though. A lot of difference. Well, you say Brandon being safe, but then you talked about bringing on more police.
Right.
Well, if Brandon is safe, then why put the resources?
Traditionally, it has been safe. We, in my opinion, we do need more officers on patrol. Right now, we don't have that many in all areas, and you know, that would be one of the first things I would do is build hire some more officers and really get them trained. You know, get a real training program within the police department and get them out there. I mean, people want to see them in their neighborhoods. And now we've gotten quite a few neighborhoods. So it's just with the resources we have currently with the police department, it's kind of hard to, you know, have a presence all over the city. And that's exactly what I want.
And the fire department, is it also need to be?
Yeah, the fire department's doing pretty good. But oh, absolutely. And currently, so what I'm doing now, I'm trying to get money in the legislature to get a fire truck and to buy a lot of police cars. That's actually what I'm working on right now. Yeah. But we do have, we need some more firefighters. We do have enough fire departments, though, kind of sprinkled around.
Yeah.
And, you know, the bigger you build up your fire department, you know, you can lower insurance rates. So obviously it's a win-win to do that. But yeah, they'd be right there. Public safety overall.
So you don't think that you would be able to do more good for Brandon in the role that you're currently in?
Well, I've gotten asked that quite a few times. I mean, I focus on Brandon where I'm at now, and I really enjoy it. But I think that I could come in and really change with my leadership. I really think I could, you know, change things, I think, in a positive way, and make a lot of people happy. So, but yeah, I'm a little torn on that. I really enjoy being in there, but I really feel like I can do a good job as mayor. You know, when I got in the legislature, I became the youngest chairman of a committee when I got in under Philip Gunn, and now I'm currently the rules chairman. So the rules operate, or the House chamber operates under a set of rules. So I'm over that right now. And it just showed, you know, I just proved to myself, like, you know, you can work with, you know, there's a lot of type A personalities in the legislature. So on my committee that I run, I've got like 12 other, you know, elected officials on there. And I've just done very well working with them and then working on both sides of the aisle. And because the rules committee is the busiest committee in the House, and you're doing something every day, or having a meeting every day, or at the well every day. So I've just done really well, and I just know that I can come in and bring all that legislative experience and really do a good job as mayor.
And are you wanting it to expand Brandon as far as the size of the residents too? Is that something that you're hoping to happen? Like
to annex?
Yeah, or just you know, bringing more people in to live in Brandon.
Sure. You know, you got to have rooftops. You know, house prices are you know, getting high. You know, so everybody wants to get in our school system, and but yeah, I've talked to a lot of developers, you know, home builders, and yeah, sure, I would now, but that comes with the cost of traffic. Right. So I want to play that card as the best that I can. So really look into that.
Well, Fred, I know I talked about a lot, and I know you're a very busy person. You said it yourself. The rules committee is the busiest one, right?
It is.
So before we let you go, though, there are people that are out there and they're watching and they're on the fence about whether to vote for you or for Butch Lee. Just take a minute to tell them why they should vote for you.
Okay, well, I'm a Mississippi State graduate, but my twin brother was Ole Miss, so we got both sides. I got two sisters that went to Mississippi College, but yeah, I'm a almost lifelong resident of Brandon. I really have enjoyed helping people in the legislature, and I know that I can just do more of that. I'll be ready to go to work ASAP. And, there's things I want to do. And, I really want to help people, and I really want to give people a voice. And, I'm good at that. I'm not good at everything, but I'm good at that. And I'm good at, working with people and just trying to make things go as smoothly as possible. And that's exactly what I want to do. And ready to go.
Well, if anybody wants to, of course, we know elections next Tuesday.
That's right.
April
Coming
Fool's
Tuesday.
Day.
Yeah. How befitting is that?
It really is. It really is. Not to put any shame or anything on anybody.
No, look, I laugh
funny
about it now. Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
But if someone wants to get in touch with you, if they want to do some last minute volunteering for your campaign or whatever, how could they get in touch with you?
We will obviously be out this weekend. And the best thing to do is get to me on Facebook. So I have Fred Shanks on Facebook. And then I have Fred Shanks for mayor. So either one of those, if you can send me a message, I'll be glad to call you. And if anybody wants to help, I would really appreciate that. So.
And I want to ask too, in Brandon or in Flowood, I know that because of the primary, everybody's going to the city hall. Is that the same?
Yes. Everybody in the city of Brandon proper, you're going to be voting. Everything's at City Hall, right on Highway 80.
All right.
So one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, you heard it here. Thank you so much for coming on and just talking about your plans for
Absolutely. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you did.
I'm gonna go catch the weather now.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second. Let me at least sign off here. All right. But no, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow at 1. Our First Alert weather team will be here at 2:30 today to give you that input. He may be here.
Maybe.
You never know. Chad, you might want to make sure you're here to check it out. But no, we are expecting some severe storms this weekend, so you definitely want to get those details on your forecast from our First Alert weather team. And again, tomorrow I'll be here and I will have incumbent Butch Lee on for our Brandon mayor incumbent Butch Lee on tomorrow. So make sure you're tuning into that. You got me like laughing inside about the weather thing, and now I'm being very unprofessional.
That's all right. That's all right.
But again, thank you so much, Fred, for coming on. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bye.